I've been waiting for this Tanchjim origin for like forever. Yes, around like 4 to 5 years. I lost track because if you guys are a little bit older in the Chifi hobby, you know that previously there was this thing called Tanchjim Oxygen. Yes, and I love it. I've been using it for like forever and still one of my favorite because 4 to 5 years ago, not sure when, there wasn't a lot of Chifi IEM out there that are good as the Oxygen. I mean, tonality wise, it's just top notch. So, and I've been waiting for them to do an Oxygen 2, but that didn't happen. They have some silent revision on the Oxygen, but it's like 95-98% similar to the original one, so never bother getting it. And there was a limited edition where I wish I have gotten one, but I never, because it's so expensive. It's like 3 times the price of the OG, and yeah, kind of sad. Yeah, I should have gotten one. And because of that, I've waited for like 4 to 5 years until they release a Oxygen light kind of IEM, Oxygen 2 kind of thing, and have longer nozzle, the thing that which was available on the limited edition Oxygen. Wow. Okay, so that's all the history. So today we'll be talking about this, and I'll be talking together with the SimGod EA1000 together throughout the process, because I think that both of them have a lot of similarities and yet very different. So it will be very interesting to compare both of them. And also, before we starting the video, I will wish every one of you happy Chinese New Year. A lot of traveling. Wow, hectic. So first of all, Tanchjim origin. I almost call it the Oxygen. So why origin? Not sure why. No consistency in their naming. I would have named it like hydrogen or something, nitrogen or what. So it's called the origin. And the shape, most of the I would say the build quality is kind of similar to the Tanchjim Oxygen, other than the faceplate. So the faceplate this time around, they have do a different approach where they printed the wording on here. The origin wording here is kind of 3D printed onto it, so it's like stick onto it, the metal part, where which is a kind of flaw also, as in the origin, the word is not very well polished. So when you rub against the faceplate, you might find that there is a little bit of that sharp-ish, okay, not so polished kind of surface. It's not like super smooth. So yeah, kind of disappointed, yes, to me. So and then also the cable was the exact same cable that Tanchjim was providing throughout all these years. Is tin. Alright, I'm okay with tin. And the jack is a little bit too, I would say, thin as well. So might be a little bit fragile to plug in and out. You might just broke the jack. So, and I will be looking for a replacement for that. So see how, okay, because I usually use like bigger jack, bigger terminations to give you more sense of security. So the build quality, other than the faceplate, the rest of it is very similar. The size is very similar to the Tanchjim Oxygen. And let's talk about the nozzle. So one of the biggest changes on the design, except that the faceplate, is the nozzle, where finally it is longer this time. So because a lot of people are complaining that the Oxygen, the nozzle is very short, so you need to play with a lot of ear tips, okay, maybe something like from the CP100 that is a little bit longer, so that you can get a better fit. I'm using AudioSense S400, which fits perfectly. So no need to worry about that on this Tanchjim origin, as the nozzle is finally longer and is changeable. Okay, so I have played around with the nozzle as well. I don't really find a lot of difference with the changeable nozzle. So maybe it was meant to be a replacement like the Oxygen did. So Oxygen, they did provide us with extra mesh filter. Okay, so I suppose that's a replacement because it doesn't change the sound. So in case it got dampened or it got punctured, you can use the mesh filter on the oxygen. So on the Origin, this time around they give you longer nozzle and a metal grill, so no need for you to like change your filters, no need to worry about it getting dampened or punctured. And the sound, I would say, is the same across all three of them, or just my ear is so insensitive that I can't hear a lot of difference. Maybe that is, but it will be very minor, not like a lot of the IEM nowadays, which give you a changeable nozzle where it will affect the sound a lot. Okay, some of them like change the bass, will give you extra bass, lesser bass, and most of them would change the treble where it will be a bit less shouty, standard, and also a bit dark. So that kind of nozzle, it doesn't happen here. If you like the sound, you like the sound. If you don't like the sound, regardless of how you change the nozzle, it would be roughly the same. Okay, so let's talk about sound. Comparison with the EA1000. EA1000, I would say that build quality wise, I would give it fully to the EA1000 because EA1000 are almost around the same size with this, but it's way more refined in build. So you have some sort of a glass finishing on the top of the faceplate. I'm not sure how fragile it is, but if you take care of it, it shouldn't be any issue. And the graphics, the design of the small little details on the EA1000 is just feel to me more premium, and also the gold touch on the finishing of some part of the faceplate is just very premium, very premium. Whereas this not so polished wording on the Tanchjim Origin is just a little bit too bad, wasted. Yeah. So, and the cable, of course, the cable on the EA1000 is like, wow, it's a very premium looking cable. It does look a little bit too shiny to some people, but to me, I just felt like at least it's special. You don't see it a lot on a lot of other sets out there. So let's talk about sound. Sound, both of them have a lot of similarities in some way, but yet very different. So it's a very weird sentence to put it together. So let's talk about, you can look at the graph, maybe I will just put it here, you can see it from the screen behind. Shown that the EA1000 have way more bass than the Origin, but to me, I felt that is not the case. Okay, it's not the case. For me, Origin also have similar amount of bass, maybe just that when it graph, it will just show to you like a bit lesser. So it's so this Origin is a very harmony tuned IEM, and to me, because of how they tune the bass is fast and tactile, that's why I think that the bass presence is quite, I would say, quite pronounced. You can hear it, even though when it graph, you don't get a lot of it. Okay, it doesn't really rumble, that add a lot of thickness to it. But then, because of how fast and tactile it is, you feel it. Okay, looking at the graph, it almost seems that is without bass, that is lacking, it's flattish. But not to worry, bass is there. Unless you are listening to EDM or hip hop, then maybe not. But if you are a normal listener, that you are just listening to a lot of general pop rock kind of thing, shouldn't be any issue with the bass. So of course, EA1000 is still very good with the bass, where it is very clean. Okay, EA1000, you know, the signature is focusing on cleanliness, so that's why the bass on EA1000 is also something that a lot of people would like, because it will make the bass very distinct. So, and then it rumble a little bit more and warm as well. So the Origin, I would say that the tonality of the whole Origin thing is more towards warmish, okay, warm and safe. And the EA1000, I don't have the box with me right now. So the EA1000 is a little bit more technical, and also not to say very safe, but it's a good kind of technical, okay, not the dry kind of technical. So both of them are very different in this aspect. One is being warm and safe, another one being technical, yet good kind of technical, not that it's safe. Some people might find it a little bit sharp. It depends on the genre that you're listening to and your acceptance to treble. So these are the main differences. And let's talk about the mids. So the mids, the origin, I would prefer the mids on the origin a little bit more. It's not the same as the oxygen where you get a lot of very forward female vocal kind of mids. Okay, so the mids over here is a little bit more tamed down compared to that, and to me I felt that it's thick, it's lush, and it's also very so-called sweet. So if that even makes sense, so it just felt to you very comfortable to listen to, very comfy, just like laying down on a big beanbag. Yes, that's how I put it, listening to the origin in terms of mids. And the vocal, again, if you are a vocal head, you like vocal to be super forward, right in front of you, whispering next to you. I think EA1000 have that a little bit more. EA1000 vocal is just a little bit more stand out. The origin just a little bit more do it to the safer side. It's just everything there, okay, not like in front of you. So, and in terms of treble, I would say that the origin is also towards the tamer side. Yes, laid back, tamer. And the good thing is that it's still very, it's not that it's super dark kind of a single DD thing, but for single dynamic, usually you won't really get a lot of treble if you tune the REM correctly. Usually they will have that little bit of that roll off where it's very common, but on the origin you won't find it that is super lacking, just that it is really relaxed. So the EA1000 again have a little bit more treble. Some people might like it, like I do. I think that it's not overly done. The treble is just super refined and nicely done as a single DD with passive radiator. Yeah, so EA1000 treble wise, EA1000 is a little bit more, and I think that it's a bit better, not super rolled off. And detail retrieval, of course, EA1000 is better. Yes, I heard that other people have already reviewed the origin, and they say that it's a very resolving set, it's very technical set. Maybe what they meant is that in this kind of very comfortable, safe tuning, yet it gives you the maximum technicalities from there. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah, so safe tuning to a lot of people, usually the man that is easy to listen to and lack of detail. It's not sharp at all. So to me, I think that it is, but still I can't really find other safe tuning that have this kind of technicalities. So I think that is kind of okay, but not super technical. You won't get the most detailed retrieval out from it. For $250, there are a lot of sets out there, and especially those with BA, balanced armature setup would have more detail than this. But for single dynamic driver, this kind of safeness, okay, I think that is okay. But EA1000 still better. Yes, and also EA1000 have a little bit wider stage, and also the imaging and everything just felt to me a little bit sharper, where you can find things a bit easier. Whereas on the origin, although it's not like super cramped or anything, just that everything are done to averagely good, averagely comfortable. Imaging and everything is there, which is not bad. I mean, not too bad. Okay, so if I were to like give it a ranking, like for your reference, okay, for a reference, I would say that the EA1000 have the most detailed retrieval, and Falcon Ultra, it's called Ultra, right? Yeah, the blue color Ultra from Noooo, that one have the least compared to that, and I'll say Origin is in the middle. So it's not really that bad. That's why Falcon Ultra now is out of the picture now. It was being replaced by EA1000. I'm still deciding on to keep the EA1000 or the Origin, or maybe both, because of the sake of the oxygen. Not sure, but I would still think that if I were to grab a set and to listen to it, I would probably grab the EA1000. But if I were on a road trip that I want to listen to like 6 hours straight, which is not good, so I would probably take the Origin because it's so comfy to listen to. Remember the beanbag that I mentioned? So just like lying down on a very big XXL beanbag. So just felt to you very comfort. So this I would say an Oxygen 2. I would say no, because it's totally different from what it was. It was, I would say, the Oxygen was very focusing on vocals. Vocals on Oxygen is really forward, yes, yet very refined and nice. Here, just to you, sweet, large, take, safe, relax, yeah, all those kind of words. Okay, so that's all for the comparison for this Tanchjim Origin. Am I happy about it? I would say I'm okay. Yeah, not too excited about it, not too hype about it, nor do I very disappointed about it. Just felt that is alright. Okay, because of now so many Chifis coming out, a lot of them are quite disappointing. So as long as it doesn't sucks, okay, it does everything just nice, okay, I'm okay. Really, because I was so worried that Tanchjim back up the Origin. So luckily they never, which is a good job. Is I think it's a good praise to them making something. At least it came out and it's good. I think most of you will have liked the sound signature of this. Yeah, so that's all for the video today. And like, subscribe, and happy Chinese New Year. Bye bye.